Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the Dishes Are Done, Man YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, John Hassinger, for this segment, Top 10 Films of 2024. Number 10, Furiosa. I really enjoyed this movie from beginning to end. I thought Chris Hemsworth was so good. I really enjoy these Mad Max movies because I wasn't really a fan when I was a kid, or, you know, one of the earlier ones. I thought she looked great. Anya Taylor-Joy. She's just got, like, the best eyes for movies. Number 9, Alien Romulus. The ticking clock of them crashing into the planet's rings. I mean, that alone was pretty great. And it was scary. And there was a lot of homages to the first one, which I loved. Number 8, Joker 2, Joker Folie Deux. Now, I don't know if it's because of the mood I was in when I saw this movie, but I thought it was so much better than what everyone was saying. It's like The Last Jedi of DC movies. It's like fundamentally almost a flawless film. Like, it's beautiful, but it's one of the worst DC movies that's ever been. So it's weird. Number 7, Beetlejuice. The most obvious was Burton and Keaton waited until they could get the sequel right, and it was so much funnier than I ever expected it, and funnier than the first one, which I didn't think I would say at all. And I just loved it. Catherine O'Hara had everything she said was funny. Justin Trudeau's character was unbelievable. Or Justin Trudeau. Number 6, Civil War. I really thought this was going to be about Civil War, and it does take place during a fictional American Civil War, but it's really just about wartime photographers, which no one ever thinks about. You know, you see all these pictures of actual war, and you're like, oh yeah, there was a guy out there with a camera who somehow got that camera to someone to put it on the cover of Time magazine. Number 5, Dune 2. Chalamet and Zendaya are like the best young, talented actors today. But it was really just a huge build up to like the last 15 minutes. That movie felt like to me. Like, I started rewatching it and I'm like, I just kind of want to get to the end where he says, you know, we live on a planet, Arrakis, and years ago it went by a different name, Dune. That was great. But yeah. Still amazing. I mean, the cinematography, I mean, everything about it's unbelievable. But the first movie I felt just had so much more happening. This was just a really big swell build up to him. Number 4, The Apprentice. Sebastian Stan. It's the only story you really need to know, or really need to know to understand Donald Trump. It's like this 4 to 5 year period in the late 70s and early 80s when it's his origin story, for real. It is Trump's origin story, and Sebastian Stan doesn't do like the parodied version that, you know, everyone else does of Trump. He just kind of, you know, he talks like Trump when he was like in the early 90s, and he wasn't, you know, who he is now. But that movie blew me away. I loved the portrayal by Jeremy Strong. He plays Roy Cohn, who is the man behind the curtain for Trump, and he's just brutal and ruthless and just a killer, and Jeremy Strong should win something. Number 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. It's the funniest comic book movie I've ever seen. The cameos blew me away. This is like the first time I went to a Marvel movie and knew nothing. And, I mean, the cameos, spoiler alert, it's been out for 9 months. It's free on Disney Plus right now. But Chris Evans had no idea. I was like, there's rumors, but what is he going to be, Captain America? And he was in it, and it's like, oh, okay. But he was Johnny Storm. But then the Wesley Snipes, I mean, I audibly gasped when Wesley Snipes walked onto the scene. The music that hits when he comes on, it was just only something Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds could pull off. So I just loved it. And I thought Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was like the best he's ever been as Wolverine. Even better than in Logan. Number 2, Zone of Interest. So I'm a film nerd, okay? These number one and 2 here is gonna expose my nerdiness. The sound that they do in Zone of Interest. I mean, if you don't know what this movie is, it's these people that live in the suburbs, but on the other side of their fence is concentration camps. So, and it's almost like that area, the microphones in that area on the other side of the fence are like louder than the ones, you know, with the people that you're watching, that you just do not even like care about. The story is so like you're not rooting really for anybody. I mean, I guess you are, but it's really you're rooting for a Nazi to get a promotion. So all you're really doing is listening to what's happening while they're just trying to play suburbs. And that to me just will inspire so many new maybe like versions of that type of movie where people are just ignoring what's going on around them in such an extreme way and in a way that's like happened for real. And number 1, like I said, film nerd, Robert Zemeckis is Here. Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, Forrest and Jenny. A movie where the camera is on Earth in a specific space and it's there at the Jurassic Age, the dinosaurs, and then the meteor hits, and then the Ice Age, and then the monkeys, and then cavemen, and then Ben Franklin's house is built there, and then another house is built across the street on top of this camera, so the camera is now inside their house, and it doesn't move, but it flashes back and forth once like humans are here. And America, actually. It's, I guess, in Virginia where Ben Franklin's house is. And but the majority of it is this family where it's Tom Hanks and Robin Wright and their high school sweethearts, and then she gets pregnant, and Paul Bettany is his dad, and he's like this, you know, he just got back from World War II and was like a salesman and then loses his job, and you just get all these clips and blips and pieces of their life and how they have to share the house, and then they move out, and then and it's just Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, and I feel like I want to go watch that movie now. They have a daughter, and then I cry all throughout the whole thing, and it's just one of those movies where you've never seen anything like it. And Zemeckis, I love everything he makes for the most part. Forrest Gump, Back to the Future, he's always playing with time, and you know, time to me is just, you know, a never-ending mystery. So if you guys have seen any of these and you agree or you disagree, or you're now inspired to go watch, or maybe now you're thinking of them after you've seen them in a different way, let me know. Either way, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next week. We gotta go.